All right, so good evening. Welcome to the Enosburgh Selectboard meeting at the Public Safety Building. It's now 6:04, and the people that we have present on the board are the following. If you will introduce yourselves.
Jessica Eagles.
Phil Routledge.
And I'm Pierre Journal, Vice Chair. Also with us tonight is our town clerk, BJ, and other individuals. As it stands right now on the agenda, we have Pippi Dorfman, public comments. We've got Shirley Dusso on money and donations, Joy, and executive session with ambulance personnel. And then we'll address a couple of other issues. Is there anything else to be added that we know of? All right then. Well, first on the agenda, come on up, Pippi, and introduce yourself. And
Okay. So where do I go?
I don't know.
I can move
Which-
it. Okay.
Chair.
I mean, I don't need to sit down. This is not like I'm asking you to read through. I've actually have one. I'll refer to the pages, but this is for you. This packet. And then yeah. This is an extra.
Oh, extra,
It's
okay.
just an extra for the important. You've probably seen Act 248.
Yes, I have.
So you have it. Okay.
I have a copy.
Okay, so my name is Pippa, not Pippi.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. You can call me Pippi. I'm not here to be a thorn in your side. I'm just here because this issue is really important to me because I live on Bordeauxville Road, and they're proposing a cell phone tower just like 700 feet from where I live, and half of the people on our street are opposed to it. Just the adjoining, the A-butters is what it's called, I guess.
Yep.
So I guess I'm here mainly to shed awareness to the select board that you do have a role to play, contrary to what I've been told. And I've been in touch with this woman named Annette Smith, who's director of a nonprofit who goes around and educates towns and citizens about these matters and how much actually of a role that they can play. So the select board, the municipality select board, and the planning commission, as well as the regional planning, have a role to play in this matter. So I just want to be like efficient because I only have 10 minutes. So can we just turn to I'm going to make 4 main points here. Turn on MSK packet, turn to page 3. And I've highlighted the number 1. It says the substantial deference will be given to the land conservation measures in the local and regional plans of the affected municipality. And then when you turn to the next packet, which is the Act 248, the Vermont Statute 248A, page 4, it describes, and I'm sure there's more about municipality role, but this is the one that I've highlighted. Substantial deference has been given to the plans of the affected municipalities. The recommendations of the municipal legislative bodies and the municipal planning commissions regarding the municipal plans, and to the recommendations of the regional planning commission concerning the regional plan. Nothing in this section or other provision of law shall prevent a municipal body from basing its recommendations to which substantial deference is required under this subdivision on an ordinance adopted by that or by law adopted under that by the municipality in which the facility is located. So a rebuttal presumption respecting compliance with the applicable plan shall be created by a letter from an affected municipal legislative body. So the letter that we need is from regional, and I know that you and I were talking about that. Regional, yes, but also from the select board, municipal select board, and the planning commission, which I'm on the agenda for our next meeting. Now we move to the bylaws, the Enosburgh bylaws, which is it's 1 page in the packet that I gave you, and it says number 3 on it. So In our bylaws, it's the commercial towers shall be evaluated based on their impact to the character of the neighborhood and visual impact. Now, regional planning has submitted a couple questions to the industrial, which is the big company that's leasing the land from Met Hall. And they asked for the service area, the coverage map it's called, of where people are going to have cell service, and the aesthetics analysis, which they have not yet given to regional. And I will be attending the meeting once they do, if they do. However, my last point here is back on MSK. Back on page 3, number 4, is that although holding an FCC license to do so, industrial does not yet provide telecommunications services in this area. This site will be part of an interconnected network that industrial is constructing pursuant to that license. So this tower, this giant 153-foot tower with an 80-foot by 80-foot industrial building at its base in the Bordeauxville neighborhood, it doesn't even provide cell phone service. Okay. So this is bigger than me, it's bigger than my little neighborhood, it's happening all over the state, all over the country, and this is really important to me because I bought this tiny little plot. It was James Taylor's old house. I don't know if you guys know the new musician, and we put a lot of money into it, and I want to send it off to my children and as they grow, and this neighborhood is important to me.
James Taylor?
Yeah, James Taylor, the James Taylor. I actually emailed.
Oh man,
I actually
had to process that.
I actually emailed him on this matter. I'm like, can we have a benefit concert? And he never emailed me back.
Aww.
So this is really important to me and my little neighborhood, and I guess my main point is that if you have any question in your role in this, please know that there is a major role that you can play, and actually I urge you to help us. And if you need any information if you want any education, Annette Smith is here for you. All you have to do is call her or email her. And I have her information if you want to jot it down, or if you want, I can have her reach out to one of you. I'm just really, we're in the 60-day advance notice period right now, but we're on days like 75. So they could be putting their application in any day now, and we were supposed to be doing this a long time ago. So I really need your help as far as like being a part of this community. I mean, I grew up near Boston, and I moved out here for a reason. It's a beautiful place, and the neighborhood is very quiet, and love to keep it that way.
Are these copies for us?
Yes, yeah, and you guys can have my copy too if you want. Do you want my whole
Sure,
packet?
yeah.
Okay. So would anyone be willing and open to speak with Annette Smith about this to further educate yourself on how much of a role you have in this, or?
I think we can take the number and.
And get that information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, how did you become aware of this?
I'm the most affected property because I'm only 700 feet from it.
No, but like.
Did you get
Oh, they
like-
said they sent me this.
Time-wise, I
They
mean,
s-
because it's like you're just coming to us now, and
I
so
know.
it's like,
Oh, I know.
this is addressed
In
March 4th.
Yes, I have been told that you guys have no, that there is nothing that you can do. I've been told that. So I thought that there was nothing you can do because that's what I was told. And then when I spoke to Annette Smith, she said very much otherwise. And so that's why it's this late. Trust me, I would have been here 2 months ago
Right.
had I met Annette Smith then.
That was me,
No.
because you don't have the ability to stop it. You can write a letter one way or the other,
It's important.
whether you're in favor or not, but around here, we would probably lean toward being in favor just because of emergency services and ambulance and fire calls and stuff like that, and would be beneficial to the town to have something like that, expand the cell coverage.
Whether you're in favor of it or not,
Mhm.
you have bylaws, and the bylaws state that commercial towers shall be evaluated based on their impact to the character of the neighborhood and visual impact. This is all a process. It's not about your biases. Okay? And this is very important to consider, evaluating and looking into.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And I
Okay.
appreciate the organization and.
Yeah, I mean, this is my life. Like,
Yeah,
Yep.
this was good,
Okay.
thank you.
So, I'm gonna give you my packet. This is just an extra, but I'll just give it to you
Yeah,
anyway.
I'll take that way,
Okay.
Eric can have that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then Annette Smith, I'll give you, who wants the number? If you, do you want me to just have her email one of you so that you don't have to think about it, or would you prefer?
Why don't we have the point of contact be in BJ so she can,
I have all the
Email the
emails,
office.
so once you send it to me, I'll disperse it to all of them.
Sounds
if
good.
you, yeah, she's good. You've got
Okay.
BJ's email?
Yes,
Okay.
and so I'll email you all of her contact, and she can give you all the details, but really, it's not just a matter of all you can do is submit your comment. It's like that's a very meaningful thing to do. This is really gonna disrupt the character of our little neighborhood, big time, and that's stated in the bylaw that, you know.
So with this being said, and not looking through it or anything like that, just out of curiosity, were they gonna do a public notification, or, I mean,
They
Yeah.
did,
I think
they
they
notified the people that are affected.
But there was
Oh,
no,
I
but
saw
there's,
something in the courier.
They notified the abutters.
oh, that's right, that
Oh,
that
yeah.
Something in the
tiny
courier,
little blurb,
yeah.
yeah.
I saw that.
I'd prefer that we had a public hearing on the matter, but I'm struggling against Headwater, and I don't know why we can't have a public hearing about that locally. So,
okay, no, I
Okay.
just, you know, just trying to get her.
yeah,
her-
bearings.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be a thorn. I have a 5-month-old and a 6-year-old that needs me at home right now. So
Yep.
this is very important to me. This is a huge matter. Again, it's not going to provide any cell phone service. So,
okay, super.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you for coming in.
yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for listening.
Yes.
Yes.
Should I bow out?
No, I just want you to know, it's gonna be a pretty big sandbox now.
I-
We need it bigger.
Do you mind just really putting your heart into thinking
Yes.
about this? And I'm going to go home to my 5-month-old who needs me.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna look up the James Taylor.
I know.
I'm gonna-
I know. I'm so mad he never emailed me back.
I know it.
And I sold the property for Jim.
Did you really, Sandy?
Which one is
And then I sold it again.
Did you meet him?
No, everything was done through his attorney.
Oh, through his
But I
attorney.
kept the signature.
I can't think of which house that is.
It's a little house, if you're on the Borderville Road, you
Yeah.
turn down, and
Mhm.
of course dead ends, it used to go through, but it doesn't
Right.
anymore. And it's, 1, 2, I think third on the left.
You can go to the antique roadshow.
All right, so next on the agenda, we've got Shirley Dussos, and you want me to bring up a chair?
No, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Okay,
Did everyone receive a copy of my letter? I guess that's
It's in
where I
front of
would
them.
start with, and if you did, then I won't read it to you. I'll just go over it quickly.
I gave it back to you here.
Here, yeah, there it is.
oh,
The Enosburgh, I will say that I'm here on behalf of the Cribbage League because the Cribbage League is basically made up of 32 seniors who meet once a week from September to March. And that was a club that was started in 1985. And when it started, of course, they started in the Legion, and it was a very different time back then. They didn't have to pay dues, etc. We always, when I joined 15 years ago, and when I joined, they were giving them a donation. Prior to COVID, they put in a rental fee, and I went and we got that down fairly well. After COVID, they have said it's $32 a night to rent the Legion, which comes up to a significant amount of money. And when I inquired if the rental fee was going to be raised, they said they didn't know. And I could understand that, because the Legion, after all, has to pay for their power, their their fuel, et cetera, so I'm not saying anything about that. The thing that I feel about is that there's no senior center in Enosburgh Falls for seniors. And if you came and saw these people participate, there is a little bit, sponsored by the state or the private card clubs. It's a social outing for these people. They come, they enjoy it, they play for 2 hours, they chat, they meet different people, etc. And I tell you what the annual dues cover. So I think it's important for the town to support activities for seniors. And that's why I'm here, because if the dues are raised, we will not have a cribbage league. Sandy is our membership person, and she certainly worked hard last year to get this started again after COVID. And I just thought that maybe the recreation department could somehow give us some financial support.
Can I add a couple of things? Which your letter covered it, but I just read a statistic which surprised me, even though I know Vermont is an older demographic state, an older state demographically. 1 in 4 people in the state of Vermont right now are over the age of 60. That's 25% of our population. I did not know it was that high overall, but it is. The second thing is, we have 32 ladies that play regular, and I know you know about cribbage leagues, Peter, but not maybe everybody else. Then we have a sub list, which is 14 to 16 when we're lucky, and right now we do have a good sub list, so it's 40 some odd people. Over COVID, when we didn't play, we had a lot of attrition due to age and sickness and different things where a lot of people didn't come back. We had to replace 17 ladies, and we were able to do that, and then we had to rebuild our sub list. We were able to do that. When it came time, and Shirley does all this bookwork, we pass around a list at the end of the year to see who wants to come back. All of the ladies are coming back except for 1, and I've already been told 2 more want to go on the sub list. So it is vitally important to these people in our community. It's a winter activity, it's close to home, it's got all the bells and whistles for an older person that wants to have something to do. So I just wanted to say all that. Thank you.
And I will put in, just to finish for Sandy, when they said they wanted to come back, they did say, what are our fees going to be for next year? And I had to say, I don't know, I cannot promise you.
But we can't afford to go up on the ladies. Right now, they're paying $50 per person per winter, and if it goes up to 70 or 100, we're gonna lose them because they're all on fixed income.
So what did you feel would be the amount that you would be roughly, if you have an idea?
Well, I really don't know, because as I say, if you think about their fees, if you've got 32 members, I realize that maybe they would go up a little bit, but if we keep it at $50, that's $1,600 I've got coming in. So if the Legion goes up on theirs, I'm going to be paying at least $900 out of that $1,600. Now, we do give prizes, and they love their banquet. I mean, they tell jokes, they just have a great time.
But we really don't have a budget because we don't have a commitment from the Legion.
Right.
Right.
But any amount, 300, 500, really any amount would be helpful.
Well,
And like you said, it's been a long time, like my aunt she loved cribbage night,
Oh,
Monday
gosh,
night,
yes.
and my mom was a sub for a long time, so
Yeah.
it's definitely important.
and
One of our former town clerks was one of the best cribbage players going.
Oh, really?
Carolyn, she
Oh.
loved her cribbage.
I've never
know
played
that.
cribbage.
and I don't think that, these people can take part in the things that you have for the younger group of people. And I'm not cutting that out. I think certainly they need it. No doubt about it. But
I think if anybody has read the Messenger lately and seen the story that happened at the library where they had a group of senior citizens come in and say, what are you looking for in your town, in your library, what can we help you with? They're underserved, they're all underserved, men and women.
The AARP just put a survey out, which I just did today, about what does your community have, what would you like it to have, blah, 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 and it was geared towards people over 60, so.
Do you think we could find room in the armory?
I was
That
just
was-
thinking
that
the
was-
same thing.
That would be, you take all the rent right out of your,
Just
Right.
thinking
I
that.
right
also
out of
have
the
an
equation,
armory
you know?
Yes.
We
think-
we
I
are,
think
I'm
we
not
can-
sure it would be big enough for what you're discussing, but we have the big room.
Yes.
But the
We
thing
have
is
8
that
tables,
you,
8,
yes,
card tables.
it's what it
So
is.
four to a,
so
it's not, it
little
probably.
The officers.
little square,
They're card
32 or
tables.
32.
Like
If
this.
it's no bigger than this, it would work.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
oh yeah,
There
with the,
should be plenty of room over there for that.
Yeah,
in the officers, area.
So there's a little light at the end of the
I mean,
tunnel
even
there,
if it's not right
you know,
here,
to knock
but
that
if-
rent
Yeah,
down, because there'd be
I
no
mean,
rent.
if we
And
can
the
find a
money.
I know.
space that
Oh, I'm
for
sure we can
with
make something
more
work.
accommodating, that would
I
be
don't
great.
know.
As soon as we get approval,
Yeah,
that big goal.
it's coming.
But, so, I mean, are you folks, interested in another location?
Yes.
We would consider it as long as it's handicap accessible. We have a couple people who come with canes and walkers.
Yep.
We have
Mhm.
some 90-year-old, and parking, of course.
Because that's, the unfortunate thing is with us, is that, we were in the same situation with the men,
Yes.
and so we chose an alternative. And, and the toughest part is that, or the coolest thing about this, is it's been going on since World War II.
Mhm.
So you're not doing it, the men aren't doing it
Well, we haven't pulled the trigger in 2 years. And,
Where was
That's
the
too
previous
bad.
location?
see, it was
You
one of
were
those,
at the
we
Legion.
were all at the Legion.
Oh.
It was engraved. The women play on Monday nights, the men play on Tuesday nights. And you start at, at 6 or at 7 and you go. And it's a fantastic opportunity to just meet people and just get out in the community. So,
If you were to walk in any room, whether it was the men or the ladies, and just hear the buzz, it would be heartwarming.
yeah,
I was unfortunate that the men went where they did because they were getting, they didn't have to pay rent.
right, we got lucky.
Well,
And the-
sure.
I think if you're able
Where
to
did you,
consider
you still at the
having
Legion
either
not paying
this
rent?
spot until the
Oh,
armory is
calls.
ready, because we're not sure when it's gonna be ready, so we can just here for a bit. And then the armory, if you're open to that, I mean, we
Yeah,
can
we-
definitely
I think
make
we'd be
those
open
things.
to
Yeah,
the armory.
I mean-
When do you need an answer by?
Well, I'd appreciate an answer soon because,
Cause you need to make,
I mean, that's why I'm coming now.
Like,
Right,
not in
right.
June or
Yeah, yeah.
July.
We have to let the Legion know for not coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we also have to let the ladies know.
Right.
Because, our biggest, contention is accessibility to
September.
the armory. I mean, as soon as it's,
Oh, as soon as you get all the approval.
Right.
Right.
yes.
but in the
that-
meantime, we have this building.
Well, we could do the
We could do,
access to the emergency building, yeah, right here.
well, we could do, I mean, that could be fine. Don't you think, Sandy?
I think so.
Well, we-
You
well,
know?
Saving your rent,
Yeah.
$32 a
There are
night.
tables in there too.
There are card
Yeah,
tables,
there
but
are
that's
card
not-
tables, yes, as I understand it,
Yeah.
and they're perfectly willing to, one person would put them up and, then as we finished each table, we would put them back.
Yep.
I think
But
that's a great idea.
my concern with this here is the winter time. With older people walking out to their cars, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
That's-
it's very
true.
dark.
Yeah.
And she's also mentioned, which I do agree with, the lining of the part of the driveway when we're leaving, it's so dark, we need more reflective
Oh,
posts.
Yeah.
post down through,
Yeah.
I agree,
Especially
I
in
agree with the
that-
driveway.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay. Why don't we plan on that for right now? So you ladies have a plan,
right.
this is option 1, we may have an option 2, and then, needless to say, you folks have that third. How's that?
That's good for me,
Keep us happy. You want to keep us happy?
providing I can reserve this starting tonight for that room.
Yeah.
So
Just-
or do we start playing the Monday after, Labor Day?
Yes,
So Monday nights.
it's Monday nights always.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite night.
And we'll just make sure that nothing else is out there and that if we have to meet, we're.
That is like
Yeah.
one night, right?
Yeah, that's a select one, yeah.
Darn
Monday nights, yeah. Are you meeting once or twice a month?
Twice.
So twice a month, during the day you have to.
But as soon as we
That's
can, as soon as we get one of our rooms down at the armory ready, we can start being down there. So
We just want
you're not
extra
gonna
snacks,
conflict
make
with
sure you bring
us.
extra
Right.
snacks on those.
Well, I thank you very much for considering this, I think the ladies will be happy and
I'm good.
you're good?
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You know, my mom, well, Jeannie, she played cribbage for a long time. And
Yes.
I always said to her, I'm like, why can't I ever beat you? And then a couple of times she's like, oh, I never told you about this rule. Whoops, you know. I'm like, you were holding out on me.
What do you mean, they bring their own deck? And it's packed.
She did, yeah. She's like, I guess I never told you about that. Oh, yeah. She loved it. She might still be on the.
She said something
list,
to the-
my
so
mom.
thank you.
No, she's not.
Yeah, but she was gonna
Oh.
have us bring it up here too.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, they haven't been talked
That
to.
down there, whenever
Directly
you get
about
back,
Yeah.
you got back.
Yeah. plenty
They
of-
have.
I mean, that's what we want to use.
Well, that night that we had
Exactly.
the joint
Yeah.
meeting, we asked to have the name,
So,
the town and
yeah,
village
they're right
names
there to
on
save
it.
us money.
Right, but work's been done on it, so I was just gonna
Take
report on
that.
that.
They're doing the Legion raising thing.
Where did,
I understand.
But I get it.
But they have to have a guy there too.
Everything's up,
But
right,
we won't have to, probably make sure somebody locks the doors,
right.
you know.
I thought
Somebody
she said she was
responsible
gonna-
enough to.
Nope, I didn't know, that's why I was surprised.
Oh,
I thought
that's a
maybe
great
we
idea.
Yep,
did have
yep.
something else.
And like you said, that's literally what we
You
have
know,
to do.
they have out there mowing out back.
We did the public comment at 6.
That's a nice area.
We'll put you in.
Look at that, what can we do
It
here?
starts at 6.
What can we do here?
There's a lot.
And I was talking to Chris Cassidy,
Yeah.
he's like, we should put a skate rink in town.
Shirley
But that's
Duso,
just
Pippa
all. The
Dorfman,
light's already there, it's
What
level,
would
it's
you
hell, it's all
Pippa
gravel
was on the
anyway.
Hotel
Right.
Tower in
Probably heard of
Porterville,
We
Shirley
could make
and
up-
Sandy.
Oh, okay.
What would
We're
it
trying
take
to find a
to
place to
build
do
one?
senior
It
cricket.
wouldn't take much, of a big
Okay.
sheet of
Oh,
bunker
well,
plastic.
we used to sell down there, 50 by 100s, 50 by, you
Right.
know, 50
Yeah.
by, usually it's 50 by 100.
Right.
Everybody, all these municipalities would
Murphy.
buy.
Oh,
you
Right.
know.
Yeah, but, oh, she's gone.
Yeah, it's all right there.
You know, all the lights are there.
Well, if you need more lights, I mean, you can cut stuff that, I mean,
You got bathrooms there,
Right.
you know, obviously we'd have to have somebody there watching the kids
Yeah.
running out and stuff.
Yeah.
But we could, you know, put a little buttons on the sheds and put a warmer shack out there.
Yeah, for relatively
Yeah.
little money.
For very little money. I think that's a great idea, the town needs a skate rink. We
I'm
spend
like,
more
I gotta
time at that
ask.
skate rink.
Because
than the
it's-
kids.
Oh, when I was,
order
well, when I was growing up, I
30
always
hanging
used to, my
baskets
father takes
for
me
the
to
wedding.
Montgomery, and we'd
So
always-
once the wedding's done, they're coming to my house and getting replanted.
Now, where are those from? Okay, that's where I was thinking of going too. Gotta do
All right,
that.
we just had a TV timeout, so now we're back in the swings. And next on the agenda,
Cindy came, she thought we started at 6:30, she would like to have a little input.
I'm just reporting back about making the connection so the town can be on the deed with the village around on the Freight Depot building, that's all happening. And we need to, I guess, ask permission for your lawyer to connect with the V-Trans lawyer. And that's what the village is doing right now, so all three can just talk to each other.
I'll let Vaughn know tomorrow.
That was all. And I thought Abby was gonna send the info over here, but I guess that didn't happen.
Not today,
Well,
Cindy,
that
but
was
she maybe thought maybe she didn't realize we were meeting today.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's all good, so.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
very
thank you
good,
for
so I
Yeah,
have no doubt.
it looks like that, you know, it's gonna be no problem at all.
Okay.
As long as the same stipulations are in place where, they can buy it for $1. That's all they seem to. And so Pierre was there, the village said, well, you know, basically, did you offer it to them for $1? Cause it's kind of an expensive thing to maintain, so. That was pretty funny, but that's about it. Any questions on that?
No,
no,
So it's
super.
all
Great.
set to come together, just with the permission to
Yeah.
Vaughn's your lawyer?
I'll send a note over to Betty tomorrow.
It's Mark Fitzgerald. I can email you that info.
Yeah, if you could forward it to me.
Yeah, I'm smoking up here. Oh, it's hot in here too. Okay,
it is hot in here.
that's all I need there.
Okay,
Thank you.
Perfect,
well, thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so we'll put Joey on hold for now.
He's not here.
I haven't seen him.
I messaged him earlier, he's too.
Okay, so, heck, I don't know, you wanna take a look at the minutes?
Yep.
You got anything, Jesse?
No, just after when you go,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
wait.
after, yeah. Other than that, nothing too wild.
Hey, on the photo for the bridge there,
Yeah.
probably just state it more of signage or welcome signs or something, just,
Jazz it up,
well, identify it a little bit,
better than
Yes.
signs.
yeah, than just sign.
Wonder if they cleaned up the Green Day stuff at the Opera House.
They did.
They did?
Phil was talking
Yes.
about it soon.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
okay, I thought about
the
that.
ROTC did it.
Nice day for
That
it.
was like Friday or Monday. I mowed there Saturday and there was garbage all over the place.
You're kidding.
So I picked it all up. It was pizza
Really?
boxes. I
Oh,
took a pizza box and I had it rounded up when I went to the dumpster
that's
in
awful.
3 days. And they got the driveway all spun up.
Oh,
I
that's
wonder if
too
we need more
bad.
sheriff time there.
Probably won't.
Maybe just have him
Well,
parking
the
there at certain
cameras,
times of
the
night.
cameras and lighting would,
Yeah,
far
lighting
too.
definitely would be a plus. The other thing I was thinking, I mentioned this to Susie, is if we cleaned up that area, right now it's grown up brush, there's piles of dirt from the plow. If we cleaned that up, maybe, and either made it driveway or made it lawn, maybe people would respect it a little more too.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, I don't think it would take a lot, maybe a couple loads of topsoil, go in there, and I'll take my tractor and smooth it out, and pull some of those trees out of there, and maybe just cleaning it up a little might help, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe not making some more lawn, maybe more parking lot, because it's probably what we're going to need. Having Joey come down with maybe with the grader.
Yeah.
I
No,
have a map of it,
because
so we know
it's
where our
just,
boundaries are.
right, cause now it's just a messy area.
Can we go
anyway.
back and know where those trees are?
Yeah, I
Trees?
saw
Those
the
are our
pin.
trees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, I'd be more than willing to help do that.
it's too bad that people are so disrespectful.
I
And I
know.
wonder if it wouldn't be worth it to get a quote from the village for a couple of streetlights.
I think
in a
that'd be a
darker
great
part.
idea too, because
Just to
it's
see how
gotta
much
be
they
dark in
cost.
there. It's gotta be dark in that corner.
So should we get like two, like one on each back
I would say
corner?
the other side of the lot, right,
Well, if,
towards, the hotel.
The corner by the hotel,
Right,
two
you know,
over there?
yeah, we come up to the end of the, so if you're looking at the parking lot like this, put it right here.
Yeah, usually they're.
Cause a good huge house would be right here, that one would be
Yeah.
right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that way they'll be out of the way of Joey plowing too.
yeah, but bring them further back.
Where's your opera house, is your square there?
Well, Opera House
I was
is
thinking
right
right
here.
dead across,
Go more in the front or
Yeah.
go more in
onto
the
the
back?
side, more towards the hotel.
On this side?
Yeah, that's where everything's going
just
down,
an
yeah,
S on the name.
right up in that
Oh, I
top
didn't do
corner.
those, but I'll tell her.
Corner
Oh,
up in that
okay.
top
Up in
corner.
that corner.
Because I do get called,
That's where everything's
I think there is an
Because, I
eagle
mean,
somewhere.
it would
Yeah,
probably
I
help
know,
if we,
'cause I was shocked,
you know,
I was like,
I don't know,
Oh,
worst case
somebody-
scenario, shoot for 6 lights.
Yeah, or a few or whatever,
Well,
and then we
if
can,
you want to, you know Dave Westcomb.
Yeah.
Maybe you could call him and meet with him and say, hey,
how much would it be to put some lights out
and
here?
then they'll send us an official quote,
Okay,
because you seem to know where
Mhm.
you want to
I don't know, to put a whole new light up, I mean, to do the one that we did at the Armory, it was 200 and just to change that one out.
that was just changing
That
what
was just
there.
changing the bulb, it was like.
It's probably gonna be a couple thousand,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean,
You
they
know,
Just
put it
to
up.
change that, they took
I mean,
the
they-
old,
they could really just,
fixture, put a new LED one, it was like 200 and just shy of 300 bucks.
Yeah.
Just
you know,
change
they
the
could
fixture.
really, must have telephone poles down there that we could, some used poles or something, we
Maybe,
don't need
I mean, you
any,
can ask
we
them.
don't need any fancy.
hey, do those,
Streetlight.
what are those things called that they put here that you could sense the motion?
Oh, for their cameras?
Yeah, what were they called? The
Blinks.
Bling?
Blink.
Blink,
Blink,
oh, I
yeah.
wonder if they had like audio so that you could,
Actually,
I mean, you can, these
Put 'em
here,
on
same thing, I mean, they can talk through them.
oh, really?
You have one that-
Yeah,
That's
big
kinda
plow
neat,
issue, I think,
like-
though.
Yeah, these are all the same, yeah, you can
go
Yeah.
upstairs.
So
That's why
just
they
so
went
you
this
can
way,
say
not-
like so
and then
people
that
are
way,
aware, like, hey,
you
I
know,
mean, I
then
don't
that
know,
way-
that might sound a little
Something.
awkward,
No,
but
but that's-
you know what I
Because
mean,
it
so that
covers
they
my
know
See you
some,
dumping your pizza.
yeah,
just throwing
yeah.
it
Yeah, no, this is where it should be.
Hey, and I got-
I
Trash.
know who your
Bunch of
mother
trees
is.
and- It's a mess.
Maybe not
Where the wind
so,
Yeah. I think any light in there is gonna definitely help, you know.
that would work, but
Anything on the minutes that we need to address other than
No.
wordage?
no.
Need a vote or a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I'll second it.
So it's been moved and seconded for approval on the minutes of May 2nd and the combined trustees one. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Pass. Okay, so, I don't know, you want to see if Jesse's available?
Joey?
I mean Joey, or Ginger? Jesse ain't here. I mean,
Jesse's right.
I mean, I'm
Jesse's
here.
here.
Yes, but,
Jesse's here.
Here, I'm always available.
Yes.
I'm here for you, Peter.
Yeah.
are you with her, or is that separate?
No, I just was gonna just fill you in on something, that's
So
all.
is the rest
This will
of
be-
executive session stuff?
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Okay.
Just a quick fill.
Okay.
That's all.
Up to you. We'll be going into executive.
We're good.
You want
I think
Motion?
That's it.
He said
Yeah,
everything's executive.
I make a
after
motion
that.
to go into executive session.
I'll second that.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we go into executive session at 6:30. Probably need a motion.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll second.
So it's been moved and seconded that we come out of executive session. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Pass. So next on the agenda is Joey Clark, road foreman. And based, you want me to say it or you say it?
Plow equipment for the dump truck, for the 550, it's got all of it, let's talk about it.
No, on the paving stuff.
Oh, you wanna talk about that?
Well, no, just based on past agreement, we're gonna,
Yep. Pike has agreed to extend the contract for the Tyler Branch Road. With-
going from one direction to one direction, just
From Duffy Hill to the bridge number, just past the bridge number 51.
okay.
They've agreed to extend the contract with allowance of a
Yep.
asphalt price adjustment for the winter time coming.
Super. And then we've got equipment for the plow truck.
Yep, so yeah, the truck's ordered. So the base of the plow equipment, is like 55,000 for the plow and the hitch and stuff. They got another 300 down here for a chain carrier, cause there's not room for a toolbox. And I got another $750 for it's a Striker Go light, it's like what the light plant guys have on it, you can turn numbers.
Oh.
They mentioned that, and I
That's
said,
a
no,
good
I never
idea.
thought of that, but that would be
I
really.
think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, you take those ice storms or something, or
Yeah.
heavy
The
snow
guys
around
need a
the
light
back,
or
cutting
whatever.
trees down, and
Yeah.
you can point the light, or
Yeah.
culvert.
Putting chains
ditches.
on or somebody in a ditch or whatever.
There's a lot of reasons to this, it sounds like a lot of money, but I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
How much was that? I didn't catch that.
$750?
So, the total together with all that is 70,700, but that includes the 55,000 plow package with a $300 chain holder and $750 light. The extra money's coming from a broom. We don't currently have a broom, this type of broom,
Mm-hmm.
on any piece of equipment. When we have used one, we borrowed from the town of Berkshire, they've got a 4 or 5 footer on the back of a tractor. Well, one time, shortly after we bought the one ton that we've got now, was going to, I don't know, to Clark's or whatever, and there was another town that had a broom similar to that on the front of their 550, sweeping the intersections, you know, in the springtime. I thought, that's a good idea. If you're in where you can roll the windows up, you can have an air conditioner on if it's dusty, or heat on if it's cold, or whatever, and you're not eating dust, so we're on the tractor, you always gotta
So
wear a mask.
it doesn't, it just pushes it someplace, it doesn't suck it.
No, it's.
It just sweeps, it just spins, it hydraulically spins and sweeps it
It's
off
not,
the edge.
it's not like sucking it like the thing in.
No, it's not like
That would be cool, like a big vacuum truck.
Like what the village has got
Yeah,
theirs,
bless
kinda
you.
sweeps it in and then it picks it
Oh,
up
that's
into a
cool.
little hopper.
Bless
and
you.
you can dump it.
You can do a
They have
spray
one
bar
of
on
those.
there too.
Some of those?
Can
One
you?
of those street sweepers.
Oh, yeah.
This particular one, you mean, or
So
any?
there's options on the bottom that
Oh,
says spray
yeah.
bar,
All to add water if it was dusty.
Yep.
like that.
which is
I've been sweeping parking
How
It's
much
lots.
is
really
that?
good when the village does it, when it's a rainy day.
Yeah.
Because then the dust isn't.
So that's adding 14,650 because of the broom and you gotta buy the hydraulic hoses and it's gotta be plumbed to the front and the valve and some of the stuff, some of the valve will run off in some of the plow equipment, like the up and down for the plow will be the up and down for this. The flow for this will come off the PTO driven hydraulic pump, which is gonna run the sander and stuff on the truck and the plow. But, yeah, so it adds an extra 14,650 to the price of the plow equipment.
And we don't have a broom at all, you said, yeah?
No, the only thing we got is the Echo,
Yep. Hand broom.
yeah, gas powered like a chainsaw kind of thing, a little 18-inch, 24-inch bristle, hand broom. So, when I saw that idea, I thought, well, next time we get another small truck, a 550, maybe we can check into that, and that's what that's about, so. So, yeah, total is 70,700. Right now, we have $232,490.70 in the equipment fund. We gotta purchase this new loader from that, which is $159,024 if we don't trade. So that leaves a balance of $73,466.70. And if we take what we get out of our old loader, put back into the equipment fund, which we normally have done, and say we get that low number we're talking about, will get us up.
We'll still be further ahead. Yeah.
And then you take, I got the truck coming out of there. The new truck is 63,000, so that's gonna come out of there. And it'll have, what's that, 40 left in there?
Yep.
So we're gonna come up shy of that, 30,000 shy of that. But we're gonna probably sell that ton truck too. And then, I know you count your chickens before they hatch, but
Not really, not with, if you got something.
you know you're gonna get something out of
You're
it.
gonna get something out of
We got a pretty good idea what we're gonna get out of the loader, I think. Either one way or the other, that's what we're gonna get out
it.
of the
We're
loader.
gonna get out of the loader, that much.
We know that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
more. We know that for sure, because of trade.
Yep. Okay.
So that would take that off the top price of the loader. One way or the other, it's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. And so, yeah, we may have to borrow some money temporarily until we see we sell, because we won't wanna get rid of the ton truck until we get that new one. Depends on how eager they are for payment too.
We got a year, right?
For Joey's truck?
Yeah. Wasn't that a year?
6 months, they figure for
Oh,
the
I thought
truck.
they said 300 days. I must have been thinking of something else, I thought it was 300 days.
No, I think he said about, I mean, who knows, I don't know what it's gonna end up being, but Brett said plan on 6 months,
But that was
So-
6 months from,
1st of April,
yeah,
yeah.
so. Toward the end of the year.
September, November,
Be a
October,
good place, good time to sell that other one.
it would be. But I don't know how long it's gonna take.
To get up
You know,
there.
once this is ordered, what they said they would do is, of course, they said if we wanted to wait and not order the equipment until the truck was here, he said, well, then I don't know what the price this is gonna be. But what I said, what I would do, if you agree on the price and this is, you're gonna do it, I'll order the equipment and I'll have it at my place. It'll be there. So when the truck comes, it'll be ready to go.
Where is this
Kinda
place
like what we
going
did.
anymore?
Well, that's the thing, I got a price from where we used to do business, is Tenco. Tenco got bought out by HB Fairfield. Actually, Tenco got bought out by Alamo Group, and so did Everest, which was HB Fairfield, so now they're all one.
What do they
And
call themselves?
And they left the state, HB Fairfield now. They left the state, so there's a place in Lakeville, New York, and there's one in Hopkinton, New Hampshire. So you're looking at a 3-hour drive. Which before, they had the place in Barry. And they said they weren't gonna build new trucks anymore in Barry. They're just gonna do truck builds in New Hampshire and New York, which, well, it's not a big deal. If we gotta send a truck down there to get built, and then once we get it back, if we can take it to Barry to get service work done or to buy parts, well, that changed. There's no longer a facility in Barry.
See, the
They're
lady on
gone.
the phone told me, she said, oh, we're still functioning in Barry.
Well, I think that she was led to believe the same. Was it Ella, what you talked to, the
Some lady from
the
New York.
receptionist? She was led to believe that, she's out of a job, so doesn't everybody else that's there, was there, so. I think they're offered to go to New York or New Hampshire, or they don't have a place for you, so. So anyways, they're gone. That's where all our other plow equipment is Tenco, so I always like to stay the same because you got parts for one, you got parts for them all, but. In this case, you're looking at a 3-hour drive where Viking, this price I've been talking to you about is right in Williston. So hopefully they don't pack up and move out of the state, but according to them, they're planning on building a new facility, but it's gonna be right in Chittenden County somewhere. They're gonna build a newer, bigger facility where they got more room. Because they've taken on a lot more work since Tenco moved out, everybody's focusing on that.
So it'll be a Viking brand?
Yep. A
I've
dump
seen it,
plow.
I've seen them on some stuff, I
The
guess.
state's got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Usually either Tenco or Viking gets the bid. Viking's been pretty popular at getting it the last 6-7 years.
And it is nice that they're closer.
Yeah.
It's even
You know.
closer
Well,
to
it's,
the area.
yeah, well, usually you bring a truck down to a place like that, and then they have you, when they get ready to start working on it, come in and tell them where you want the standard control here, and I want the levers here, and I want this like this and that.
Yeah.
So that's one trip down there, and then when the truck's done, you gotta go down and inspect it to make sure, and then if you find something wrong, oh, this isn't done yet, that isn't done, or this isn't right, you go back home again, and then you go back when it's done, or,
Then it needs servicing, you go back again.
yeah, that's the thing, what the story was with Tenco's, they're gonna have an on-road guy that was gonna go around to do warranty work or whatever, do service work, but,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
hard too if you can't fit into the schedule and,
yeah, I don't know if that's really gonna happen, so.
Although Lakeville, I think, that's the 3 hours away one, the Lakeville, New York.
Yeah, at least, I think
Maybe more.
New Hampshire's at probably 3, I think Lakeville's maybe a little more than that. So, I don't know, unfortunately, I don't think we have much choice but to switch companies and start doing business with somebody else. And the fortunate thing about this is the bed chain that's in this little side dump is the same bed chain as in our big trucks. Same size chain, same width, same sprockets. And they carry Tenco parts, they've started stocking up on most Tenco stuff, not all, but most. So,
Are you looking for them to approve your purchase from Viking tonight, is that what?
I think so, yeah. So that's the price from them was $70,700 in the HP Fairfield where we have done business in the past. This is a price I got from them back in March, actually, yeah, February.
But they're not here anymore, you said?
They're not in Vermont anymore, they're New Hampshire, and theirs was more money, but they included a wing on the thing, so, which I decided not to go with the wing, because at the time I didn't know, so I just throw one in there and see how much it is. They didn't itemize it, so I can't really tell you how much to take off for the wing, but theirs was $76,948. So. I
What's a
think it-
wing? What's a
It's
wing?
the piece that goes on the
Plow
side
on
of
the
the truck.
side
Oh,
plow, side
gotcha.
plow, yeah.
But we're making
We're gonna do it,
that
let's do it.
decision tonight, so you moving?
You know, I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded that we go with Viking Industries or?
Yep, Viking Chevet they're called,
I saw that. Chevet?
CIVES.
For the purchase of accessories for the truck. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved.
Order it up.
Cool.
Yep. Guess that's all I have.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go back into executive session now.
For the rest of the time?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you wanna pack up, it's up to you. Motion?
I'll make a motion to go into executive.
I'll second.
So it's been moved and seconded that we go into executive session All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?